Hello everybody, welcome to Tpull's Corner. This is Travis. Hope your day's good so far. Extra cards in this deck. And I don't know how long will last. It may be a really quick goblin deck. But we're in Historic, we've got Tovolar, and the other part of the combination is Maskwood Nexus. And if you're new, consider subscribing. See, I think we go ahead and we try... It doesn't do any good to block that with my 2-1, it just creates another 1-1. But I also want to tease out if they've got easy destruction. If they're willing to get rid of some cheap stuff early, maybe our other stuff will survive. So also, if you're new, we have a playlist on the YouTube channel, a Tovolar playlist, that focuses on this combination, where we basically turn everybody into werewolves, and then when we transform from day to night, instead of just a normal werewolf like Halpak Piper turning, we can take other things like Rat Samurais, but because of Maskwood Nexus, they'll be a werewolf, and they will also transform. And how often do you see mono red aggro move that slowly? They don't want to attack with the cadet for some reason. What did we lose? A Goblin Gathering again and a Goblin Trash Master. I don't like what I lost, that's for sure. I only have 6 removal cards, so losing a hero's downfall really hurts. You discarded a land? Aren't you just going to get another land? I guess they're just thinning out their deck? Okay, we don't have our combination yet. Let's go ahead and put down the Piper. If my opponent's going to give us time, we're just going to wait till a Nexus comes on the scene. Maybe we'll have enough energy here, we'll just start paying the actual transformation cost before too much longer. Because Tovolar is a wolf, Halpak Piper becomes untapped, we can just pay 2 again. Bring down the other creature. Gain 3 life. Pass the turn. Day goes tonight because we never actually cast a spell, and we're going to get Ukrainos Reborn. Which they'll get to see, we had to reveal it. That's fine. We can cast 2 cards and switch the Howler back. And if they decide to play Burn Down the House, we were really going to be in trouble. Land. Phooey. Okay, what do we want to transform? We go in for the attack. They've got a double block, or just take the damage. They're just going to chump block with a 1/1. Okay? They seem like they're playing for time just as much as we are. Ah, there we go. Gains first strike if it's Goblin or Orc. It also gains haste. You know what? No, let's just kill it. We'll keep my creature alive for one more turn. They don't cast a spell. Day goes to night. Oh, come on. I wasn't even attacking you. I just one creature, one attack, one time. I was being so nice. Alright, let me go in and show you the entire deck. And we'll show you how it works. And we ask everybody to like the video. But in the meantime, as we said, for the new people, or even if you're old and you didn't watch the old ones, there's some really good Tovolar decks with the Masquerade Nexus combo. I don't see anybody else doing this on YouTube. I've only come up against a mirror match once, I think. So I'm sure other people have thought of it, but it's not very common. And we're kind of rolling a boulder uphill because we've restricted ourselves quite a bit with this one. In the others, we went through all of Historic. We grabbed what other cards we wanted to transform. We had a lot of options as far as enter into battlefield effects or transformational effects. And here, what happened was I made all my Tovolar Nexus decks before March of the Machines came out. And then March of the Machines came out. And that deck is based around, basically, transformation. So, here's the combo. We've got Tovolar. We know if there's a werewolf or a wolf you control, it hits the player, you get to draw a card. Also, at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 3 or more wolves and or werewolves, it becomes night, then transform any number of human werewolves you control. So, Howlpack Piper turns into the Wildsong Howler, and we trigger that special ability. But if we have Masquerade Nexus, every creature becomes the same creature type, even if they're not on the battlefield. So, as long as we have... Tovolar counts as one of the 3 wolves, right? So when we have Masquerade Nexus and Tovolar down, as long as we have 2 other creatures, at the beginning of our upkeep, it turns to night and we can transform them. And the thing is, we're going to take things like the Herbology Instructor, and instead of waiting until we have 7 mana, we're going to transform it for free with the Tovolar Nexus combo. So the shell that we have is Tovolar and Masquerade Nexus. We have 3 Fauna Shamans, so if we get the Masquerade Nexus but we don't have Tovolar, we discard any creature card that we don't want and go get Tovolar so we can have the combo fast. We've got Celestus to trigger the transformation, because if it's already nighttime when it's about to be our turn, we need it to be daytime at our upkeep. So we can trigger this sometimes and make the timing right to trigger the transformations. And we've got Howlpack Piper. If we have any trouble with our land mixing for the 3 colors, we can just spend 2 mana and bring down any creature from the board. And if Masquerade Nexus is out, all of the creatures are wolves or werewolves, so we can untap Howlpack Piper, and if we have 2 creatures and 4 energy, which is likely because we had to get Masquerade Nexus down, right? We can bring down 2 creatures at a time. It'll flip from day to night because we didn't cast a spell using this ability. It's just an activated ability, and then we trigger into Wildsong Howler and go get another creature. So that's the shell, basically. For the removals, we've got 2 Go for the Throats. We've got 2 Heroes Downfalls, good against target creatures or planeswalkers. And we've got 2 mini board wipes, Brotherhood's End, which I think I've drawn that once in my playtesting so far. Don't know why it doesn't come up that much. Everything else, with the exception of Cryptolith Fragment, this one's kind of a reverse ability. If we have the creature already, it says at the beginning of your upkeep, if each player has 10 or less life, you transform the fragment. It turns into a 1/4 flying Death Touch creature. If we have the Tovolar Nexus combo out, we could transform the creature back into the Cryptolith Fragment if we wanted to. I don't know if we'd really want to or not. This is kind of an experiment that I'm doing with that card. Just because there are times when I've done reverse transformations and they're fun. So just wanted one example to show it off in the deck if it comes up. Everything else is a March of the Machine card. Aetherblade Agent, 1/1 with Death Touch. And we've got the red-green shell that we need for Tovolar, so the third color I chose was black for this particular combination. Kenra's Spell Spear turns from a 2/2 trample with prowess into a 3/3 trample with double prowess and ward 2. Paretic Prankster from a 2/1 to a 3/2. When it dies, each opponent sacrifices an artifact or creature. If I'm going too fast, just pause the video, but the deck list is published below if you want to peruse it at your leisure or copy it. Herbology Instructor, when it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. Instead of paying 7, we want to transform it for free into a 3/3 and have our opponent, one of our opponent's creatures, lose 3 and maybe go to the graveyard. Harried Artisan is a 2/3 with haste, turns into a 3/4 flyer with haste. Polukranos Reborn only costs 3 green. 4/5 turns into a 6/6 with not just reach, but reach and lifelink. We don't want to pay 7 for that. We want to pay nothing. Nezumi Freewheeler for 4 mana. They get a 3/3 with Menace, turns into a 4/5 with Menace, and you can put permanent card with mana value 2 or less from a graveyard, not just yours, but any graveyard, onto the battlefield under your control when it transforms. So this is fun because you could maybe transform this one back and forth multiple times. We've got, for our final regular creatures, we have Bonded Herd Beast. And that goes from a 4/5 to a 7/5 with Menace. And then we have the Praetors. Urbrask. These turn into enchantment sagas, and we can trigger the transformation from a creature into an enchantment saga for free with the Tovolar Nexus combo. So all of the requirements that these have, like for Urbrask, you need to only activate after you've cast 3 or more instant or sorcery spells this turn. I've only got 6 instants and sorceries in the entire deck. This deck is not configured to pay that price for Urbrask. We're not going to pay that price. We're ignoring all costs. We have Shieldred. To transform Shieldred into her enchantment saga, you need 5 mana, and opponent has to have 8 or more cards in their graveyard. We circumvent that cost with our combo. And Vorinclex, we don't need 8 to transform it. We could transform it for free. All just if we get the combo in place. So this is going to be a hard deck to pull off. We have managed to basically show off the combo in almost all of the other iterations I've done of this previously, but we weren't really restricting ourselves to one expansion before. So this is probably going to be more difficult. Especially since we have so few interaction spells for removal. We're going to need 2 red and 2 blue, or 2 red and 2 black. There's one of each of the 2. Okay, so now we're not really worried about anything. Basically, we're pretty much covered for all the colors we're going to need. They're taking their time. Let's go ahead and put down a creature. It's only a 2/1, but you know, get a couple of points in early if they think it's too small to worry about. They may think we're kind of a hasty deck if they see a cheap creature like this early on. Just pacifism, that's fine. Not too expensive. Let's put down Cryptolith Fragment. It comes in tapped, every time we can get any color, but every time we use it, each player loses a life. Skrelv. Okay. What do I want to do against Skrelv? How about Herbology Instructor? Gain 3 life. We could transform that now, right? I don't think I have any way to kill my own creatures. Adeline. Okay. You're not going to attack with Skrelv, are you? That'd be silly. Come on, you're tapped out. You're not attacking. You had your turn. It's my turn. What's holding up priority is they can, instead of paying the white mana, that's Phyrexian mana, they could pay 2 life and tap that. So that's why they're holding up stuff. Ooh, so maybe I do have a way to kill that. Okay, so I think what we want to do, let's just keep things even. We'll go get a red mana source. Let's put down Shieldred. They should want to sacrifice Skrelv, right? Again, they're holding up priority here. They can't really activate Skrelv and use it on Adeline and then choose Adeline and save Adeline. Okay, so they do what I thought they were going to do. There goes Shieldred. Are you going to pacify my Herbology Instructor too? Yeah, they are. Alright, let's activate this. We'll just pay the cost. We can't activate that, so we pass the turn. We're going to start to take a couple Whompings here. Hello? That's what you chose to get out of everything. And they don't go after the battle, they go for the face. Interesting choices. Alright, Brotherhood's End. 3 damage to everybody, get rid of the 1/1s, and then each opponent sacrifices a creature. Clear the board. And we can still bring this down. Player mills 3 cards. What do I lose? I don't like losing a Halpack or go for the Throat. But we did lose a pesky enchantment and a couple of their creatures, so I guess that's a fair trade. I expect them to pacify the Freewheeler. They don't. They don't. They don't. Okay. Okay. How about that? And then I'm gonna attack. You know what? Let's do this too. They should use the Pacify on Urabrask. I can actually pay to transform that already. I don't need the combo. Because the match has just lasted so long. Okay, I'm gonna be out of... Oh, yes. Transform that. You get -3, -3. Attack with everybody. They can't block the Menace. They should chump block Arabrask at this point. And this is basically just a March of the Machines deck at this point. They really should have used Pacify a long time ago on one of those, instead of bringing down the Siege Veteran, I think.
There have to be answers about my past here.
You could give that first strike, but they probably should do the -3 at this point. Wait, you're not going to activate it? What is going on? You got to activate it. There we go.
This is my city, and I'm going to protect it.
Half the time you whiff getting a land on this, but really got something. Alright. And I think we just go ahead and attack right in their face. Chump blocking, they'll take 3 points. And then I can transform that into a 7/5 with Menace if they don't pacify it. Of course, my hand is empty. If they've got a board wipe, I'm suddenly in a lot of trouble. Okay, they did see the possibility there. They don't want to go up against the 7/5. And now they could give that lifelink. Not a bad combo.
This is your fight. Win it.
Lifelink it is. They spent time looking at everything. They looked at everything before they did stuff. Alright, there's Mask with Nexus. We need Tovolar. We'll just create this little puppy. Let's see. We need to go ahead and take out her so they don't give that flying. We'll just chump block it there. We keep the pressure on there. I guess we just attack there. And hopefully they don't have something that untaps that. 3 damage. Okay. So we do get rid of the Planeswalker. We go down to 8. But this is going to get
I can't protect everyone.
a little bit of a boost again and give them more life. Not enough to kill me if they get rid of this, but they can get their life up to 16 again, which is problematic. Okay, I need Tovolar. There's Tovolar. How about that? Okay, so we will attack with both of those. They chump block again. Oh, hello. You know what? But I've got first strike. That's a misplay on their part. Get a card draw from the damage. It's, well, I don't have Mirror Box, so that doesn't help. Do you want to attack and trade? They do. I'm just going to do this. Pass. Block. Why? Because we have the combination, and I want to transform Urabrask. Okay, now we get to show you stuff. This transforms back. This transforms into the Enchantment Saga, and this transforms just because we can. 3 damage to target opponent. And each creature they control. Nice little board wipe. We can bring back Aetherblade Agent. We can... Can we transform this now? Oh, but we don't want to, right? Because we want them to get a creature out. Instead we just attack with 2. They're both werewolves, so we get 2 more card draw. Play the card. In the turn. Danith's Hope. What are you going to bring out? There's nothing good, right? All of this stuff, where is it? What happened to all of their enchantments at Pacify? All of those things. Okay, you just put it on your own? That's another misplay. Alright. So you saw we could reverse the transformation. You saw we could transform the Praetors into the Enchantment Sagas. It all works. I think we would have won that even without their misplays, but I think they misplayed in 2 or 3 places. I'm just glad when I do these decks, my main goal isn't really to win. My main goal is to get the combo out, to make sure that I transform my creatures into Enchantment Sagas and creatures into big creatures, and take the big creatures and transform them back into the little creatures. And it's all free! That's a lot of cards. I basically need 6 energy to make this work, because we've got double green, double black, and double red cards in the deck. Do I put... Yeah, I guess I could put out the Herbology Instructor now. It's going to take us a while to get anything else going. When they see this, sometimes I wonder if they think that we're going to be a 5-color deck or not. Because they can see 3 of the colors already. And some of them, like this needs white normally to transform unless you pay the 2 life cost. So we might fool them into thinking there's more colors than there really are. We've kind of got the double colors that we need for everything. So the actual color doesn't matter that much anymore. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, okay? Give me a mountain. We won't bring down the agent then. We're just going to attack for a turn. If they do removal, I think I'd rather they remove the Instructor right now than the Aetherblade Agent, because we could transform that. That's a gross card. Why don't you go away, gross card? We trigger the Trespasser's Curse, but they have to lose the creature. They're going to go back down to 20. After all that we got the creature down first and have been hitting them, they're still at 20 life. But now if there's any kind of removal, they'll probably go after Shieldred. Okay, Maskwood Nexus. We're not going to block this because they're going to attach it to Shieldred and make us sacrifice it, so... now it's going to hurt us if we attack. Well... this is a good card to play. We only attack with Shieldred. They got a nice little life gain racket set up here. And another way to hurt me when I draw cards. Now everybody's drawing twice as many cards. So I'm going to take 2 points just from drawing cards now. Let's get rid of that one. They can go get a land, but that's it. We'll keep the double card draw. That might come in handy for me. You have to wait for them to go through this 100+ card deck to go get the precise color land that they want. They've got black, blue, white, and red. 4 colors only. Okay, we get another card. I feel like we need green. We bring down Vorinclex. Bang! We'll go ahead and get these. And we bring down Ukrainos. And now all we need is Tovolar. We attack with this one. Tovolar! Life is good. Okay, it's nighttime now. Any day now. We drew 2 lands. That is not the best thing for us. Okay, so now we kind of have to attack a little bit here. But we're not going to attack with ones that can be blocked. So we go down to 9. This has trample, and they can't block that because it's got menace. If they've got a good spell, they could still kill us in one turn. Two more card draw. Ah. Well, let's put that down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go ahead and kill you. My life total is so low. Opponent casts or copies an instant or sorcery. They lose a life. Okay. Player enters. Then that player loses 1 life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. So we block there. We block there. Saves us from 4 points of damage. You can attach to whatever thing you want. Attachable to the Vorinclex. This is going to be fun. Okay, we create that. Resolve it. Okay, we lose 1 life from that. Okay, now we transform. We're going to transform this, and this, and this, and this. That turns into a 1/1. We get to draw a creature card. We're just waiting for our opponent to let us have our turn. Let's take Urbrask. Okay, that doesn't die, but it goes to a 3/1. Then we got rid of both of the enchantments that were on this. We go to the draw phase. Resolve it. Go to the main. Okay, now the enchantment sagas get their counters. Target any number. Let's destroy you. No, we're not going to bring anything back. And then we attack. Down to 3. Is that enough? We've got lifelink now. That's the big issue. Trespasser's Curse did a number on us. I couldn't overwhelm the battlefield by bringing more creatures on. They blocked the lifelinker. We still get the 6 gain for the life. Go up to 9. Draw more cards. I think we have enough cards. And we can put down something. Oh, artifacts, right? Here. Artifacts with mana value 3 or less. Discard 3 cards. 1 and 2 and 3. We don't need those lands. That was a nice combination turn. 2 Enchantment Sagas and 2 March of the Machine creatures. We got an inheritance. Transform anybody. Do we need? Oh, I can gain 3 life that way. They didn't want to. They didn't want to hold still for all that. They were down to 1 life. It worked out. I had to go a little bit more slowly because they had so many triggers to make me lose life and let them gain life. Alright, I'm not sure if this will be a short video or not, but we're going to leave it there. Just because my playtesting did not go well. I was coming up against Squirrel Tribal and slivers with Masquid Nexus that made everything into a sliver. Goblin and Elf decks. But that worked. Yeah, you get Tovolar down. You get the Nexus down. And as you saw, it doesn't matter... if it's Urbrask or Sheoldred or Vorinclex, we get all the free benefits of those enchantment sagas. The fact that we were able to transform 2 creatures and into bigger creatures, and then 2 other creatures into enchantment sagas, and get all of that benefit. I mean, how much mana did we save? We didn't pay 5 plus 8. That's 13. This costs 7, so that's 20. And then what was the other creature that we had down with it? It was probably Kranos, right? So that's like 27 energy it would normally take from land or mana or other help from artifacts. 27 in order to do all that. We did it in 1 turn for free because of the combo. That's why I have fun with this deck. So it's iffy, it's difficult, it's hard sometimes to get the combo in place, especially in Historic, because you can get killed faster in Historic. There's just a lot of really fast combos in Historic. But no matter how many losses it takes me, when I get to that point where I get the combo in place, it's just really beautiful to watch the transformations and to understand exactly how much that would normally take and how we've worked around it. So go ahead and like and subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know what you think of the little specialty Tovolar Nexus deck of using specifically March of the Machines transformation cards. And we'll probably, if I do this again, I'm going to choose a different color other than black. We probably won't bother with red or green because I'll just keep Urbrask and Vorinclexes in here as part of the red-green mandatory shell. And then we'll maybe do one with white and one with blue cards. And that'll probably be enough. If I went all red, I'd probably just put 4 copies of Kenra Spellspear in and that kind of thing, which might be good enough. I'm tempted to do that for the blue anyway, if I do a red, green, and blue deck with this. But yeah, let me know what you want to see next. Let me know what you think of the card mix, if you change anything up. And we'll catch you next time. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.